What's up, Epic 7? It is Wednesday. It's maintenance day here in Orbis, and we've got some news, some content updates. We're going to go over everything that's happening, that's going to drop tomorrow, discuss the good and the bad, and the ugly. So let's jump right in and talk about what's happening after maintenance. So first things first, there's going to be a Lulika and Spirit's Breath raid up banner. For those of you who are relatively new and don't have her, you're going to see Lulika on a lot of tier lists rated pretty high. Lulika is an older unit. She is usable in a variety of PvE, but in almost every case where she's used, she's replaceable by something else, by something better. She really kind of needs a buff to be brought into 2025. I would not recommend going for Lulika hard. The same with our artifact Spirit's Breath. You're going to see this artifact in a lot of older obsolete guides, mostly due to its interaction with the unit auxiliary lots. And I know auxiliary lots is on banner with arunka. Try to, anytime, if somebody's convinced you that A-lots and Spirit's Breath is good together, that is old news. So I would strongly recommend just passing on this banner. There's so much that's going to be coming up with summer limited units, with limited Renok, potentials of collabs. I think this is not worth your hard-earned Skystones. Unless she's waifu for you, you give her a pass. Next is the Night Summon class and MOAS drop rate up. So this is the source of a lot of drama right now. Let's get into why. So they are doing the new class rate up system. It's a new style of banner that is focused on getting artifacts and knights from a specific class. When you activate this banner, you will be summoning specifically for a singular artifact, and any 5-star units that pop out will only be in the Knight class. Now, the artifact is MOAS, what I'm affectionately referring to as mother of all scams, because this is bad. This entire system is bad, and Smilegate should be ashamed of themselves for putting this together. Let me explain why. So the nice thing about mother of all scams is it is Rocket Punch Gauntlet. It's just non-proprietary art. This is Smilegate's answer to a limited collaboration artifact that's still used to this day that can't be obtained anymore. They're going to start putting these collaboration artifacts into this system so that people have a way to get at things like 3F, to get at things like Rocket Punch, to get at things like Guardian Ice Crystal, like Benny Mars Tachi, all these past collaboration artifacts that are still relevant in a modern era, but you've got no way of getting them because the collaborations aren't going to rerun. That's not the problem. The problem is that this system, which was initially intended to chase specific artifacts, has been, well, I don't know if that was Smilegate's intent, but that was the expectation, and they've subverted expectations by making this just a way to chase Knight class heroes. It's class specific since Mother of All Scams is a Knight class artifact. You're chasing Knight heroes. So here are the three big issues with this. First of all, if you go to Pity, if you do not get a Knight hero after 120 summons, then the 121st summon is guaranteed to be a random Knight hero. Pity is not the artifact. Pity is a random Knight hero. Everybody that's doing this is doing this to go for the artifact. No one is doing this to try to get random Knights. Nobody goes to Pity chasing a random unit. They go to Pity chasing a specific unit, just like if they go to Pity on this, they're chasing artifact. It's criminal that the Pity for this system is a random Knight and not the artifact. Also, if you are chasing the artifact, you can obtain the artifact at a higher summon rate. You guys catch those words there? A higher summon rate. That means the artifact is not guaranteed. If you summon for the artifact, it's going to be a random artifact. It's not even a random Knight's artifact. You can't even be like, well, at least I'll get a whole bunch of Elbrus or other good Knight artifacts. No, you will get a random 5-star artifact, and it's only a slightly increased drop rate for Mother of All Scams. So the third thing that is really, really bad about this is the featured artifact may be available for purchase or same limited form in the future, but it will not be added to covenants after this period ends. That's right. Mother of All Scams is a limited artifact that you can't pity, that you're not guaranteed to get. It can be off-banner artifacts that you want to have plus 30 for it to really work, and you've got no real secure way to get plus 30. You just got to wail and wail and wail and hope you don't get off-banner artifacts, and there's no pity system at all for it. This is so bad. This is so very bad. I'm very angry that Smogate's chosen this route on it, and hopefully they listen to community feedback and they improve this system, because this is not what we were hoping for or expecting. But enough of the bad news. Let's get into some good news. Boss Arunka Operation Collecting Repair Costs event. So this is just your standard web banner event where you're going to be able to do things, collect currency, and after you do total number of clears, you're going to be able to get things. This is your monthly battle pass for Arunka, and that's nice. We all like free stuff, free login event stuff. Special weekend buff event. For those of you who are worried that this weekend isn't also going to be special, this weekend, like pretty much every weekend we've had, is a special buff event weekend. They've really been driving these home for the Origin events, so once again, you will be able to maintain your increase. It's going to feel so bad when we finally get a weekend without a buff event, but you're going to get all of the drop rate ups for runes, catalyst gear. For all of you who still have leafs left over, you'll be able to farm it. This is especially nice with the carrot event ongoing. This lets us double dip, not only doing the carrot event, but also being able to drive this home for additional points. And it is the last weekend of the month. Last weekend of the month guarantees free on equip. So of course they mentioned it here. And you can buy some Burning Passion packs if you still need some leaves. Maintenance will be tonight at 11 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time, 3 a.m. UTC. We have special guests tonight for the Post Maintenance podcast. We'll be hosting Mr. Pokey and Genazod, along with myself and I'm Sue. So make sure you like and subscribe and follow so that you guys can be notified when that podcast goes live. It'll be right after maintenance starts. And the last is the update content. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of all these changes, the content update. Before we dive too deep into the content update, let's check out the video they've put out on this.
Trying to get away,
Okay, guys, it's Renak. Renak is not coming after maintenance. Renak will be out on May the 1st. So we got one more week until Renak is here. Renak is a limited unit, so make sure you're saving up your bookmarks. We've got the Fox God Politis. This is the epic skin from the
finale.
From the World Cup in China. They selected Politis as their chosen unit, so we're getting Maiden of the Fox Shrine Politis. Her skin looks great. I'm kind of excited for this. This will be a 900 Skystone Epic Pass, which starts on May the 1st, same time as Renak Banner. So Politis' skin will be available a week from tomorrow.
Of this little puppet show.
Okay, this one has caught a little bit of attention. World Arena season begins, and usually the headliner splash art hero for the World Arena is also the unit getting an epic skin. It's very odd that a unit getting an epic skin would be a unit that's not even out yet, ML Arunka. So it's possible she is just here because they're advertising Arunka, and we'll find out who the next season World Cup skin unit really is later. But some people think this is an indicator that Arunka is going to be the ML skin for this coming season, which is wild. So with the inception of World Arena on May the 3rd, starting over again after maintenance, we're going to start the new Lunatic draft system. This is going to be done through the mock battle system, where you can go in and set up little mock tournaments with your friends and try to train and practice this. And you're going to want to use this Lunatic draft mode. The way Lunatic draft mode works is any units you draft on both sides will be banned the next round. So if you're doing a best of 3 matches, by the time you get to round 3, you could have up to 20 heroes pre-banned. God forbid you're going up to round 5, you could have over 30 heroes pre-banned. It's going to force people to use unusual and unique builds, unusual and uncommon units, and it's going to make World Arena a lot more enjoyable to watch for the World Cup. So I'm kind of looking forward to what Lunatic Draft Mode brings to the RTA season. And don't get me started on the mother of all scams class night system. It is what it is. I'm not going to rant about it twice. Hopefully it gets patched. Oh, one thing I will mention about Mother of All Scams that I had mentioned before is because it is a banner, this artifact will appear in the powder shop. So if you want to just buy one copy of it and then dump bottles into it to max it up, that's probably the least painful way to get a +3 of this artifact and not have to engage with this system. Renok's limited banner, once again, starts May the 1st with her limited artifact. Lulika is a banner. It starts after maintenance. It's very skippable. Litika is an interesting banner, right? Lulika is very, very good in PvE, but kind of falls off after the mid game is over into the late game. Her artifact has some niche uses, but isn't very good. Litika is a powerhouse unit right now for PvP and for regular arena and guild wars. I don't know if I would chase her considering all the limiteds that are heading our way, but if you really want your Fire Litika, this could be your chance. Unfortunately, her artifact Sword of Judgment is one of the worst artifacts in the game. So you got to make a decision if that's where you're going to dump your bookmarks. I would caution against it with everything that's coming. Summer always brings a slew of limited summer units, and we're rolling into the anniversary. So there's going to be a lot of things you're going to save up your bookmarks for. And that's it for our 1 minute survey. And I got to say, I'm very proud of Epic 7. Their 1 minute survey for the first time in the history of the game is exactly 1 minute. So let's get into this update a little bit further, see what's going on. So Boss Arunka, she will be out on the end of maintenance. So if you're still waffling between do you wait for Arunka or do you lock in your pity now to get your Luna, your Harsetti, I do have a video out discussing that. Hopefully it'll make it as clear as mud for you. I can't answer that question for you. It is trying to choose between pizza and ice cream. They're both S tier, but you got to decide which one's right for you at the time. It looks like she'll be on Mystic rotation with auxiliary lots. And just like any new ML5, she'll have the, try her out for Leafs, and my God, she is fine. Oh my God, she didn't even need a kit. She didn't even need a kit, Smilegate. I was going to pull her anyway. Okay, once again, the garbage class summon system is happening. Lulika's drop rate up banner is something you should skip. World Arena Lunatic Draft Mode is going to be starting. You'll be able to engage that through the mock battle room. You're not going to be forced into this mode. It's something that's going to happen in mock battles. So you can try it out there. That's going to be a lot of fun to test out. The Mystic rotation lineup, as we said, Boss Arunka will be on banner with auxiliary lots. We have an announcement that Rift Season 3, another Terminator Xeon, is closing like 2 months early. This has only been a 4-month-long season for Xeon, which has got to sting a little bit for the people who wailed on and spent on that paid Fene banner, only to find out he's only going to be up for another month. So Terminator Xeon is going away on May 22nd. I have no idea why. We have a 4-month season when the past have been 6, but here we are. And there is usually a 3 to 4 week downtime between Rift seasons. So after May 22nd, Rift closes, goes away, and probably doesn't come back until June 22nd, give or take. So be aware of that. We'll have some downtime. They're going to provide details when Season 4 starts at a later date. Other improvements and adjustment. This is something that's caused a little bit of drama in the community. They have decided that the Battle Frenzy system, we knew they were trying stuff. We were glad. They were going crazy. They were throwing things against the wall and seeing what stuck. This is something that we asked for as a community, was to go nuts with the Frenzy system, and then once preseason was over, keep what worked and trashed what didn't. And that's what they're doing. So the 50% damage dealt by bombs effect will be removed. So they decided bombs doing 50% more damage was a little too overpowered for Arena, was causing some balancing issues. So they have removed it. They feel that the burns and bleeds doing 50% more damage, that was okay. So your burns and bleeds will still do 50% more damage. The effect of increased final attack by 1500 and final defense by 500 will be removed. This has got a lot of people upset. People who, went crazy building their 290 speed Hua Youngs that could one-shot anything in the game. People who wailed to pull their Fire Kraus because Fire Kraus is basically a better Hua Young who could one-shot anything in the game. This is going to greatly reduce their significance. And a lot of people are upset that this is taking things away from them that they'd built up and were enjoying. But was it okay that a 290 Hua Young could one-shot anything? Was it okay that Croc could one-shot anything? Smilegate evidently doesn't think so. They think that that was a little too unbalanced. I'm disappointed that they didn't try to maybe have it keep it somewhere in the game, but reduce its effect instead of just entirely removing it. But that's what they decided. Those are the only frenzy changes that they removed. They're keeping the boost to burns, they're keeping the boost to bleeds, they're keeping the removal of the mitigation for hitting opposite element. So all of that will still be in next season, but these things have gone. And if you built your entire account around this, that's kind of rough. I know some people feel baited. They feel like, oh, the only reason I pulled for Crow was to abuse this frenzy system. And I'm sorry, you kind of got yourself to blame on that one. Frenzy changes, they said specifically, trying it out for preseason. May make adjustments later. If you wailed and spent on a unit specifically because of a thing they said they're trying out and may change, well, I got nothing for you. It sucks and it's got a sting, but take it as an object lesson that frenzy mechanics are something they're going to tinker with and they're going to play around with and enjoy them while they're there and lament them when they're gone. But you can't be really blaming Smilegate for changing something that they literally said they were going to be changing. The display conditions for certain packs will be deleted. Other issues. We had several issues with cosmetic stuff with Origin. Let's see if they addressed any of it. The issue where 2 conversion gems were selected when using the conversion chest in the Steel Workshop will be fixed. That's great. An issue where battles appeared to freeze when opening the device UI inventory and automation tower gameplay will be fixed. Great. An issue where skipping specially changed quests and stories with the escape button prevented entry into certain regions will be fixed. Great. An issue where opening a chat window before starting the tutorial prevented further progress. That was a good one. That was freaking game annoying. An issue where already unlocked connection animations play again will be fixed. An issue where certain UI elements and text displays were okay, so I think this is one of the ones that people had reported. I'm hoping that this is where when you upgraded a piece of gear to 90 and it still showed 85, they're fixing that. Where when you were selling gold, it showed you were getting millions of gold when only you were getting 15,000. A lot of the visual glitches. Hopefully that's going to be patched with this update. Certain guide and reputation description will be updated. Nice. An issue where Guild War Grit Season emblem was not distributed under certain conditions will be fixed. I know this was a complaint from a lot of top guilds where they didn't get their emblem or got the wrong emblems, so it's nice that they're addressing that. An issue where checking hero info in the chat during tutorial prevented game progress. That was annoying lockout issue, so that's great. An issue where closing the account buff pop-up with escape on the PC client disabled mouse controls will be fixed. Right? Holy crap. That was so annoying to hit escape, and I just had to go and freaking Alt F4 the game and reboot it, so I'm glad they're fixing that one. An issue where having cleared 210 Retribution before Origin did not clear unit connections. So they're fixing the unit specialty change one. I've gotten at least a dozen people saying I'm trapped. I can't do the unit connection because I've already completed chapter 10 and I'm locked out. So I'm glad they're fixing that. And certain illustrations will appear as unowned after the Origin update. That's good too. I know some people are saying, hey, I can't see illustrations that I earned. What's going on? So they're addressing certain issues. If your issue is not in here, make sure you send me a DM in Discord. Link in the description of the video. Scan that QR code to join my Discord. Send me a DM with the issue you're having so I can add it to my monthly list of things Smilegate that the community... My list of monthly things to send to Smilegate that the community would like to see changed, need changed, bugs that are reported. So make sure you guys do that. It would be great. And that's it, guys. I know some people are pretty unhappy about the frenzy changes. Other people are pretty happy about the frenzy changes. If you are mad and spitting at all caps, I'm sorry. They're going to keep changing things to try to keep the game diverse, to try to find balance. If you're happy about them, then I'm happy for you too. For those who pitied a unit counting on frenzy changes that might be changed later, and then it happened, and now you feel jebaited. First time? Welcome to Epic 7, everybody. It's going to happen. Don't pull for a unit based on transitive aspects of the game like Frenzy. It's all I got to say. Pull a unit because you want the unit. Well, that's all we've got for today's update. I'm a little disappointed that we are not getting any news on the new Constellation system. It was something I was looking forward to doing, and it's not even been teased for the beginning of May. So I guess the new Constellation PvE still needs a little bit of spit, shine, and polish before it comes out. We've got no new news on when Brawl Mode is going to be coming back. So there's a few questions still to be answered, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Arunka brings to the game tomorrow. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Click that bell so you're notified of the podcast tonight, and I will see you guys then. Take care, Epic 7.